to the Ringfreaks Tesla Model 3 race car project. This will be my episode. Up till now we have focused mainly on what's inside and underneath and the safety features, but in this episode we will be transforming the car from this beautiful yet a little bit boring white to a real Ringfreaks car. So the Tesla will end up with the same design as our other cars, except the color will be completely different to make it stand out even more from the rest and also from our own cars, as this is like a new chapter for us, a new beginning, and since it's an electric car and it's green, we will make a variation on that and have the car also be like a mint green. So then, yeah, we're very excited to see what it will look like once it's completely a Ringfreaks car. So we decided on this flashy mint-ish green color versus our other cars that are yellow. We think this will stand out just amazing while it's on the track, we hope. I've already wrapped the parts that can and have to be done while they're off the car, or at least it's easier, so the bumpers and the trunk. And while I'm now wrapping the hood and both of the sides, the guys are preparing things like the towing hooks and the mesh for the front radiator, so that when I'm done with wrapping, we can pretty much assemble the outside of the car.
How's it going for you?
It's going well, so I'm almost finished with original wires in F30, and later on we need to add additional positive big wire and put everything in the wire mesh, mount the wires, and car should start, so we can mount also the dashboard and fire extinguisher system and the rest. So it's a little bit gymnastic work here, but it works well.
So we have here Tesla's front bumper, and in all our cars we use this metal mesh on front grills, where it sucks the air for air coolant radiators, water radiators, for saving the radiators, because in the track it can be heated by pickups, rocks and everything, and you have leaking radiator, oil or something, and you stop driving.
Now I'm doing one of the side mirror covers because, you know, I always like to apply skills from general life to work and vice versa, and through cooking I've learned to make good use of leftovers. So I'm using some of the wrap that was here that I cut off to already do the mirror in this beautiful green. To make my life a little bit easier, The guys had already removed most of, you know, like the corner lights, the windows are down, all the rubbers around the edges are gone, so that it's much easier for me to wrap the car. Same with the cleaning. It helps a lot if I can easily reach the edges to speed up the cleaning before wrapping, and also to help with finishing up, because right now this is the easy part. This doesn't take too long, but later cutting all the little edges around everywhere, that takes like twice as long probably. So there's a few different kinds of wrap. Like you can get wrap that's just one color and it's just foil, it's not printed, and it's a lot easier to wrap surfaces that aren't completely flat, because like you see here we have stripes, plus the ink is printed on the wrap, so you can stretch it, but one, you'll get waves instead of stripes, and two, you can go for about 20% and then the color will start to change. Similar with, for example, carbon fiber wrap, it's just the one color, but it has a structure to it, so it's also a bit more difficult to work with, because you can really just pull it apart and change the entire shape of it, which you don't want. If you do mess it up a little bit, like say it ends up like this, and you're like, oh no, it's ruined, it's actually not. You reheat it, and you try again, until it does what you want it to. When you first put the wrap, like you can see here, it looks super ugly. You're like, I don't know how this is gonna turn out. But you take your time, you heat it, you slowly put it in the right position, and in the end it will turn out completely smooth. Like, this is really good wrap to work with. It's super fun actually. And if something does go wrong, like you take it, you heat it, it goes again smooth, you put it sort of how you want, and you try again until it comes out completely smooth.
So for comparison a little bit between different projects which we are doing. So at the moment we are also building two F30 328 BMWs, and what I can tell you about the wiring of the cars. So here you see part of the BMW interior's wiring, and you can see a lot of wires, and behind me I will show you in a bit how much of the wires are already removed. So what we can see, even this car is not electrical car, this is with internal combustion engine still, but it has, I think, about 4 or 5 times more wires than the Tesla. And I think that the main reason for this is simply because different components are built by different manufacturers for BMW, and they do not optimize the wiring really well. So we're just using like one wiring system for the audio, the other for the airbags, another wiring system for the, let's say, cooling and heating of the interior. And in the end we simply put loads of the wires into the car. We simply make it together and make the car working. I don't want to say that the BMW wiring is bad or anything. I just want to say that it could be much more optimized like in Tesla, and same wire can be used for different means in the car. So here I will show you. So this is more or less what will be in the car left, As well, we will need to put additional positive big wire, which goes normally under the car, but we will place it inside of the car for more safety. And this is the pile which you see here. It's simply the wires and the models which I already removed from this car. This car will still be able to drive fully, just it won't have the airbag system and audio system. And yeah, no heating seats and other things, but main things will be working in the car. So you can see it's loads of the wires needs to be removed to build a race car from this. Will you rub the handlebars also?
No, we decided not to wrap the handlebars because of the way they sit. People will constantly touch the edges of the wrap, and the odds are it will come off and be ugly very quickly, and then I am every other week rewrapping handles, and so we leave them as they are. So the wrapping is completely done now, which means my part with the car for the moment is finished. And Linus is still putting some last bits on the outside of the car, like the lamps and everything. And in the meantime, I guess all you feminists will be happy to see that I don't just wrap here. We will be changing the wheels and tires, and we should win some weight as well as grip in the rear, as the wheel will be wider. And yeah, we will use the pressure sensors from the original wheels, as we won't be using them. And right now we're gonna see how much weight we can actually save. Always make sure it's on 0. And now let's see how much the original front wheel weighs. We're using the same Pirelli tires as original, just different sizes. These are 245, the rear is 275, and we've gone a little bit smaller. So original is 20 inch and this will be 19 inch rims and tires. So remember, the original wheel was about 24.5, 25 kilograms. The scale is again at 0. So the original wheels were about 24.5, 25 kilograms, and these are 21.5 to 22, meaning we lose 3 kilograms outright weight. But because it's unsprung mass, it's at the edge of the car and it's spinning as well, there's actually about a factor 5, meaning that per front wheel we really lose about 15 kilograms from the car. All right, the wrapping is all done. The wheels are on the car. This is what it will look like on track. I'll take you for a little tour around the car to show you what else we changed besides the wrap. So first off, we put aero catches in the front and the rear, so that no matter what happens, if there's a loss of power or anything, we can always access these compartments. We also put towing hooks here in the front. It goes in the original spots. Don't mind the gap between the wheels and the chassis, because once we change the coilovers and the weight will be back in the car, you know, the batteries, the seats, everything, it will close the gap up and it will look like a race car. In the rear, because there's no original towing hook, we had to improvise and we put it like this in the subframe. Don't forget, you can already book this car on our website. It will be a rental car for the Nürburgring. That's why we're doing all this. Next up will be sort of reassembling the car. The battery will go back in, we will put the rear together, the wiring will go in, and then we'll get it running again. So with the wheels side by side, you can see really well that even though the originals are 20-inch and we went with 19, the size is about the same. We did this on purpose because with the 19-inch rim, it leaves more room for the tire to be a bit bigger. And with a bigger sidewall, it can carry more load and will offer more grip. In addition to that, we saved about 3 kilograms per wheel. With the factor 5, they're about factored in because it's a rotating mass. It adds up in total to about 50 to 60 kilograms weight loss from the wheels alone. And in addition to that, in my female opinion, as the one with the fashion sense around here, I think it looks way better like this as well. Right, now for a little bonus, since many of you asked if we will be changing it, we will weigh the roof for you. You can see it's really off the scales. I'm only holding it to just make it not fall. I'm not putting any weight, I'm not holding it up or anything. And yeah, you can see the result. So as you can see, the result is, the glass roof only weighs 9 kilograms and 9. We will not be replacing it because we think, to replace such a beautiful piece for the weight that every single person can actually lose themselves, it's not worth it.
You're like a real German joke. You say a joke and like nothing happens, like zero emotion.
Well, it's because it's a stupid joke. It's like saying frunk, like